Welcome to the ultimate beginner's guide to Apex Legends. If you're new to the game, this is your one-stop shop to learn everything you need to know before dropping into your first game. If you're a seasoned veteran in the game, don't worry, this guide is sure to teach you a thing or two as well. So let's dive in. Apex Legends focuses three primary game types: arenas, control, and the battle royale mode, of course. Arenas is a 3v3 single elimination round-based game type with an economy system. The goal is to be the first to win with 3 matches by eliminating the other team. Control, which is a limited time mode that has been repeating itself, is all about zone control. Teams of 9 face off to control points on the map. The more points you control, the more points you earn. The first team to the point goal wins. An amazing thing about control is you do get to respawn. This game mode is a little bit more fun and relaxing. And of course, the battle royale. This is the mainstay of Apex Legends and the bulk of what we'll be discussing throughout the rest of the guide. Apex has 3 different BR game types. The first is a trios playlist featuring a true test of skill. There's a ranked playlist, which is 1 map per split and 2 splits per season. And then there is a duo playlist as well, to where you and just one other homie can queue in together. No matter the playlist, Apex Legends Battle Royale is 60 players dropping into the map, and the last team standing is crowned the Apex champion. Now let's talk about the weapons. And weapons are primarily focused into 5 different categories: heavy weapons, shotguns, snipers, light, and energy. The reason we put these into these categories is because they use different ammo types based on what category they are in. For example, the heavy weapons consist of 8 weapons in Apex that use heavy ammo. First is the flatline, an assault rifle with a good rate of fire and a heavy hit, no pun intended. The second being a hemlock, which is a 3-round burst assault rifle with a ton of attachment options. Following is the Prowler, which is also a 3-round burst, but is an SMG that's small and packs a serious punch. Then you have the Spitfire, an LMG option that has a medium rate of fire and a massive mag capacity, especially with an upgrade mag attachment. Speaking of LMGs, you also have the Rampage, which is another high ammo count for an LMG, but can also be charged with a thermite grenade to increase its rate of fire. Also using heavy ammo is the 30-30, which is a level action semi-auto rifle with the unique attachment combinations and can really put someone down if you hit your shots. Speaking of hitting your shots, one of the best heavy weapons in the game is the Wingman, a semi-auto pistol that takes a lot of skill to use, but the skill is worth the reward. You see a lot of creators using this one. Finally, the Car SMG takes heavy ammo as well. It's a rapid-fire SMG with the highest time to kill in the game. This is the most versatile gun in Apex, allowing for both heavy and light ammo use. It's the only gun that does that currently in Apex. And as well, a massive combination of attachment options too. For shotguns, there are 4 different options to choose from. The Mozambique. This shotgun is a pistol-like shotgun and is great for a tight spot and highly underrated in my opinion. Then there's the Peacekeeper, a level action shotgun with a charging feature which allows for lighter pellet spread in a star pattern. And this is one of the banger or more popular shotguns in Apex Legends. Moving on, there's the EVA 8, which is an automatic, yes, an automatic shotgun with a medium pellet spread. Finally, you have the Massive. This shotgun shoots in a duck bill pattern and hits like crazy. Seriously, this thing hits like a Mack truck. Now, for snipers, Apex Legends has 3 weapons that take sniper ammo and 1 care package sniper. And while Apex Legends does rotate certain weapons into the packages, they've never rotated one of the best snipers out of the care package, which is the Kraber. This has been an exclusive care package weapon since the launch, but this is a bolt action sniper that is highly sought after. It's a high skill gun, but the rewards for you can be devastating for the other teammates. Moving into the snipers where you could just pick up off the ground, first you have the Longbow, a semi-automatic sniper with a ton of attachment options, but the higher fire rate is traded off for lower damage. Then you have the Sentinel, which is a bolt action sniper rifle that you can charge using shield cells for a higher damage output, which makes this thing a mini Kraber, I guess. Finally, you have the Charge Rifle, a beam style weapon that can really help pin teams down and drain shields or health if you're dead center on your opponent. For weapons that use light ammo, there are 7 options, which is the R301, an assault rifle with a ton of attachment options. It's a popular pick for newcomers and veterans alike, and will never let you down, trust me. Then there's the R99, an SMG with a high rate of fire and high recoil. If you practice with this one, however, you can learn to one-clip opponents in no time. Then you have the alternator. This is a double barrel SMG that has low recoil and can really put down opponents in no time. Next, you have the RE45, an automatic pistol with a very high time to kill. This also can be paired with hammer point rounds to shred through an enemy team. For a pistol, you have the P2020, a semi-auto pistol also capable of being paired with the hammer point rounds. While it's not used very often, don't count it out when in a pinch. Again, you have the car SMG. We talked about this one before, but always remember that the car can use both heavy and light ammo, and the attachments do swap. Finally, for light ammo, you have the G7, a semi-auto marksman rifle that delivers great damage output if you're skillful and can hit those shots. Then Apex features 5 energy ammo-based weapons, which includes the Havoc, an assault rifle which has a little bit of a spin up before it fires, but can be paired with a turbocharger to lower that time to fire. Then you have the Devotion, an LMG version of an energy with a high ammo count per mag, but also has that spin up effect like the Havoc, but can also be paired with the turbocharger, and you'll shred through teams with this. Then you have the L-Star. This LMG has a heating system which will stop you from firing continuously, but it is devastating against shields. Up next, you have the Triple Take, which is a sniper that shoots 3 bullets in a horizontal spread pattern. The spread can be tightened as you ADS longer. Finally, for energy, you have the Volt. This SMG is another high time to kill weapon, combining the features of the R99 and the L-Star. It's a high rate of fire and destroys shields. There is also the Bokek bow, which uses arrows, and this is the only weapon in the game that does use arrows. This weapon is a high risk, high reward type weapon, but it is also more silent than any other weapon, so use it discreetly. Now, as mentioned earlier, there are care packages in Apex Legends. Each season, a few different weapons are cycled in and out of the care packages. These weapons cannot be found in normal loopholes or on the ground around the map, only in care packages and drops throughout the game. The most consistent weapon that has been in the care package is the Kraber sniper rifle. The best beginner weapons / loadouts that we recommend using are the following: the R301 and CAR. These weapons give you a lot of versatility with attachments, ammo usage, while allowing for low recoil and high damage output. Each weapon has a variety of different attachments that can be used, and each weapon is different. In general, here's what you need to know. Attachments from good to best are the following color and order: white, blue, purple, gold. White being the minimal and gold being the best. Barrels help with recoil control. Magazines increase ammo availability per mag. Stocks help you increase weapon handling spread. Sights give you different reticle and zoom options. And then special attachments help give the gun an extra ability, such as fast reloading, extra damage to unshielded opponents, or shotgun style bullets. Now, aside from weapons in Apex Legends, there are also healing items and grenades that can be used. The healing items are syringes, which will heal 25 points of health, and you can carry 4 syringes per backpack slot. Then there's medkits, which will fully heal you no matter how little your health is, and you can carry 2 medkits per backpack slot. Shield cells will recover the equivalent of 1 bar of your shield, and you can carry 4 cells per backpack slot. Shield batteries will fully replenish your shields no matter how little your shield is, and you can carry 2 batteries per backpack slot. Then with grenades, you have a frag grenade, which is an explosive grenade which deals blast damage. Up next, you have the Arc Star, which is an electric-based throwable that can stun enemies and blur their vision. You can also stick players with an Arc Star. The Thermite Grenade, when detonated, will lay down a horizontal wall of flames, which will slowly damage the enemies that come into contact with it. Great for area control as well. Frag, Arc Star, and Thermite will take up an individual backpack slot. When we mention backpack slot, whatever size backpack that you find in Apex Legends, it will give you a certain amount of slots per size of the backpack. This will allow you to control what kind of loot you can carry in the game. Now, obviously, Apex Legends features legends, which are the individual characters or options that you have to play with in the game of Apex Legends. Every legend or character has specific abilities that they use for themselves, which consist of a passive ability, a tactical ability, and an ultimate ability. Passive being an ability that they just have all the time, a tactical ability that will come every so often, more often than an ultimate ability, and an ultimate ability that is essentially their superpower. The list of legends and abilities are as continues. You have Ashe. Her passive ability is marked for death. She can see where people have died around the map. Her tactical ability is an arc snare, which is this little blade that she throws, and if you get stuck by it, it holds you in position and stuns you. Her ultimate ability is phase breach, where she can teleport in one direction, but cannot go back through that direction. Then this is Bangalore. Her passive ability is double time. If you shoot at her, she will be able to speed up to run away from it. Then she has a tactical ability, which is a smoke launcher. This is great for getting out of situations, whether you're Bangalore in yourself or you're helping a teammate rotate out of a nasty situation. Her ultimate ability is rolling thunder, which is just a lot of missiles and stay out of their way. Then you have Bloodhound. Bloodhound's passive ability is tracker. Bloodhound is able to see where enemies have rotated around the map with a little icon of the time that they were there. Bloodhound's tactical ability is Eye of the Allfather, which is just basically a scan to see where enemies are in a certain radius through walls. Then Bloodhound's ultimate ability is Beast of the Hunt. Bloodhound is then able to see every player outlined in a red tint, while everything else is gray. On top of this, Bloodhound is able to scan faster, run faster, and the more kills that Bloodhound gets while in the Beast of the Hunt, the longer it lasts. For Kostiv, his passive ability is Nox Vision. His tactical ability is Nos Gas Trap. These are great for throwing in front of doors, and if you go past them, it will trip them. You can destroy these gas traps. Caustic's ultimate ability is a Nox gas grenade. You can throw this grenade into a room or a location, and it's very, very hard to pass through, and all the gas does lower your health. For Crypto's passive ability, you have Neuralink. For his tactical, you have the surveillance drone, and for the ultimate ability, you have a drone EMP. Crypto's able to fly around his drone to scan enemies, and then for the ultimate ability, drone EMP, he's able to actually stun and damage the armor of the enemies. Fuse's passive ability is a Grenadier. This allows Fuse to carry more grenades in his slots and allows him to also shoot grenades from his cannon. Fuse's tactical ability is Knuckle Cluster, which is a handful of grenades that pop off every so often. And then Fuse's ultimate ability is the Motherload. This big giant flame circle that you do not want to be inside because it does damage and it shows where you are. For Gibraltar's passive ability, you have the gun shield, which is just essentially extra shield for Gibraltar to be able to shoot from. Gibraltar's tactical ability is a dome of protection. While he's in the dome of protection, he can actually res faster. Then Gibraltar's ultimate ability is a defensive bomb cluster, kind of similar to Bangalore's. Again, you just want to stay out of that way. With Horizon's passive ability, you have the spacewalk. Her tactical ability is a gravity lift, and her ultimate ability is a black hole. Gravity lift is great for lifting herself and teammates up into the air, and the black hole is amazing for throwing at enemy teammates while throwing throwable grenades into there, sucking the enemies into the black hole and exploding them with the grenades. For Lifeline's passive ability, you have Combat Medic. For her tactical ability, you have the Doc Heal Drone, and for her ultimate ability, you have her Care Package. Lifeline's Heal Drone is clutch for both rezzing and just helping heal teammates and herself, and then her ultimate ability with the Care Package is great for getting heals in clutch situations. Now with Loba, for her passive ability, you have Eye for Quality. For her tactical ability, you have the Burglar's Best Friend, and for her ultimate ability, you have the Black Market Boutique. Now her tactical is great for getting her out of sticky situations. By throwing a bracelet, it will project her into different locations. And then her ultimate ability being super clutch to Apex Legends, which is a black market that she can use grabbing loot in the area. Then with Mad Maggie, her passive ability is Warlord's Air. Her tactical ability is a Riot Drill, and her ultimate ability is a Wrecking Ball. For the tactical ability with the Riot Drill, it's this projectile flame, which is great to push people away from hiding behind an object. Then her ultimate ability is a giant Wrecking Ball that creates a faster path to run through and will damage the enemy upon impact. Mirage's passive ability is Now You See Me, tactical ability is Psych Out, and ultimate ability is Life of the Party. Mirage's specialties are being able to bamboozle people or trick people by having duplicates of himself. He's able to res while invisible. The tactical ability sends out a single drone of himself in a direction, and the ultimate ability sends out a handful versions of him while making himself invisible to escape with. Newcastle's passive ability is Retrieve the Wounded. The tactical ability is a mobile shield, and the ultimate ability is a castle wall. Newcastle is able to revive teammates with a shield and move while he revives them. Tactical ability is to be able to drop down a shield that can be moved in different directions. Ultimate ability is a giant castle wall that will stun enemies if they touch the wall within a certain amount of time. For Octane, you have as a passive ability, which is Swift Men, tactical ability Stem, and ultimate ability a launch pad. Now, while using Octane's tactical ability to stem, which is this injection that makes him faster, it does take away a portion of the health. And then his ultimate obviously being a very clutch launch pad that anybody can use and will stay down for the duration of the map. But take in mind the launch pad can be destroyed. For Pathfinder, his passive ability is Insider Knowledge, tactical ability a grappling hook, and ultimate ability a zipline. With Pathfinder's grappling hook and zipline, he's great for getting himself out of nasty situations and just helping teammates rotate in or out of situations as well. With Rampart, the passive ability is the modded loader, tactical ability a amped cover, and ultimate ability a mobile minigun called Sheila. Rampart's amped covers are very clutch for her and her teammates, and the minigun Sheila is absolutely insane. Revenant's passive ability is Stalker, tactical ability is Silence, and ultimate ability is the Death Totem. Revenant is able to claw at any height that he can on a building. He has no climbing restrictions. Then his tactical ability is the Silence, which are these projectile balls of confusion that if the enemy touches, it will restrict them of being able to use their passive, tactical, and ultimate abilities. And then Revenant's ultimate being the Death Totem, which essentially gives every player on the team a second chance if they go to it. Seer's passive ability is Heartseeker, tactical ability is Focus of Attention, and ultimate ability is Exhibit. With Seer's passive, he's able to see heartbeats through walls to see where enemies are located. Combine that with his tactical ability, he's able to actually stun enemies through wall to actually show the rest of the team where they're located. And then his ultimate ability is this giant dome that he throws out, and if an enemy is within that dome, it will show exactly where that enemy is located. Valkyrie's passive ability is the VTOL Jets, tactical ability Missile Swarm, and ultimate ability is the Skyward Dive. With Valkyrie's VTOL Jets, she's able to fly around as long as she has fuel in the tank. For her tactical abilities, she has a set of missile swarms that are great for stunning enemies or making an entry into a room through a door. And then her ultimate ability is clutch for being able to rotate out of nasty fights or into fights in the distance. Watson's passive ability is Spark of Genius, tactical ability is Perimeter Security, and ultimate ability is the Interception Pylon. Watson creates these amazing traps that can be utilized on top or inside of buildings. And then with her ultimate, she can actually reshield herself and the team while also damaging any projectiles that come towards it. Then finally, you have Wraith. Passive ability is the Voice from the Void, tactical ability Into the Void, and ultimate ability is Dimensional Rift. With Wraith's passive ability, if an enemy is viewing her from the distance, it will notify her that an enemy is looking at her. For her tactical ability, she's able to actually get out of pinch situations by going into the void or basically teleporting to some other place while not being able to be shot at. And then her ultimate ability, Dimensional Rift, is her being able to create portals that her and her teammates can go into and out of. In Apex Legends, you also have cosmetics. Apex Legends offers you a ton of options to customize your legends, weapons, banners, trackers, and even equips in the game. Most cosmetics are free and can be unlocked through gaining Apex packs. These packs can award you with various items or crafting materials. Crafting materials can be used to craft unlockable items. The more rare the item, the higher the crafting it costs to unlock that item. All cosmetics have a rarity scale, which is similar to the weapon attachments. They go white, blue, purple, gold, and so on. Select legends also have heirlooms, which can be unlocked at random through opening packs or through collection events if a new heirloom is released. These items are unique and rare to legends and can be used by them them when they don't have a weapon out. Now, a big thing with Apex Legends is learning how and when to fight. Learning when to pick fights is super important. Remember, this is a team-based game. You can have Imperial House aim, but if you rush a full team, the results won't be pretty. If you spot a team, you need to keep these things in mind. Do you have better position, cover, or area? Will we catch them off guard? This isn't always guaranteed. And is there a chance for a third party? Always be considering these things. Now, how to take a fight is important. Communicate with your team through your mic or the ping system to whittle down the team you're fighting. And the ping system in Apex Legends is one of the best. Focus on one player at a time, especially if you know the other team's comp. For example, if it's a Lifeline, Wraith, or Pathfinder, get the Lifeline out first so she can't res. Force the team into a defensive position so you can get knocks and eventually wipes. And when you do get knocks, finish the fights quickly. You don't want to be in a standstill. It's a waste of time, resources, and can attract third parties. If you're not able to get a knock or find an opening, disengage and either try to find better positioning or fall out and rotate. And then know when to heal. A lot of people stress about being fully healed in every situation. But trust me, if you use the corner and hold an angle, you can do a lot of damage with 50 health. So find that balance of making sure you do reset and get healed, but also make sure you're helping your teammates when you need to or holding your defense when you have to. Now, for looting in Apex Legends, prioritize weapons first. It would be better to grab a weapon to whittle down someone else who maybe grabs armor first. Remember, all shields will upgrade as you do more damage, so getting damage early may give you better shields anyways. And if you're mid-fight, know where boxes are for armor swaps. Armor swaps are super important to the game of Apex Legends. With Apex Legends, you also have to learn the map rotations. Positioning is everything in the game. Always be aware of your surroundings, the ring countdown, and where the next ring is. By map rotations, we mean how you move strategically around the map to stay in the safe zone as the game goes on. The general rule of thumb is to always find yourself near the edge of the ring to a certain degree. This ensures a few different things. Unless you were fighting a team in the storm, there's a low likelihood that a team will rotate through the ring behind you. If a team does rotate behind you, this gives you the ability to gatekeep that team out while taking ring damage. So holding inside the ring while they're outside the ring, they get damage and you don't. Using the ring allows you and your team to each cover an area that's ahead of you while not having to worry about the cover behind you. One thing we strongly discourage is being in the center of ring areas. This can bring a lot of unwanted attention to you and your team, especially as other teams are rotating towards your position. This is pretty self-explanatory, but make sure you're utilizing cover to block incoming shots. So while repositioning, always be thinking of what can you get to just in case an enemy team starts shooting at you. Then once you learn all the legends, maps, the rotations, securing the dub in Apex is obviously important to you. Let's picture this. You're in the final circle with two other teams and the ring starts closing in. Don't panic. This might be easy to say, but take a deep breath and analyze your situation. At this point, getting knocks and holding your composure are important. Work with your team to be coordinated and who to shoot first to get a knock with, and use cover to move in and out. Utilizing those tips should help you catch those wins in Apex Legends. All right, guys and gals, that's my full beginner's guide for 2022. Feel free to link this to anybody you feel might need this. If you have any suggestions or things that we might have missed out on, please feel free to let us know in the comments down below so you can help educate other newcomers as well. Make sure you guys are all joining my Discord. Link is in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Be sure to join the Thick Members Club down below. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm out. Peace. Deuces.